So the media, they're finally getting wise to what's coming with Aquaman 2. And you know what, Warner? They are freaking out behind the scenes. That's why you're seeing all of the damage control recently. And despite all of that, well, you have stuff like this. Oh, fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh, Warner. So hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. One thing before we get started. There's a link at the top of the video. That's for our new project coming up soon. Check that out. More on that at the end of the video, and thank you in advance. So when you see articles like this, you know that Warner Brothers, they are freaking out, and they are freaking out and then some. Why? Because Warner has been going all in on the spin. They're trying to convince you that there's exuberance and excitement. They want you to think that people want to see this. I mean, after all, look at this. This has got a brand new suit here. Don't you want to see Jason Momoa? It's like I showed you in a previous video, though. Jason Momoa, he has very little to do with what's going on. I mean, sure, he can sell some tickets out there, but there's someone else that's taking away from that. A certain nameless person. And you know what? Even if that person is removed now, I think Warner Brothers has done their damage, and they know about it. That's why they're panicking and trying to do damage control. Jason Momoa, though, when he goes out and he talks about this stuff, look at how it lands. And I'm not going to cover this a lot. Just look at the likes here. You have 2 blue check marks. 2 are excited about this. 21 likes, 40 likes. Compare that with just average people out here, bringing up a certain nameless person. 2,437 likes, saying, hey, get that person away. 1,912 likes, get them away too. 2,400 likes, 1,500 likes, 1,100 likes, and this stuff, it continues on and on and on. Make no mistake, too, that noise, oh, it is being heard. It is being heard loud and clear. Now, we'll look at some of that media posting in just a second. But before that, I want to show you why this stuff exists. And the reason that it exists is because, again, that noise, it is coming through, and Warner, oh, it scares them and then some. Here you have James Wan, for example. This is the director of Aquaman 2, and you'll notice he always leaves the comments on. That is, he always left the comments on until his initial hype post for Aquaman 2. He got so many negatives there, he had to turn them off. And this, you'll notice first of all, it doesn't have the amount of traffic that it did before, even though this should be something that people are excited about. And when you click into it, you'll notice some of these posts, they end up disappearing. And the ones that don't, the ones with a lot of traffic, yeah, they say, hey, I want to see this movie, but with a certain person engaged in it, yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that at all. The same thing qualifies when it comes to the producer of Aquaman 2, Peter Safran, because while he came out and he tried to do damage control, he tried to defame the fans and say, you're not the ones that matter. He acknowledged the noise. He said that they were seeing everything in the Twitterverse. If they weren't scared of it, why would they bring it up at all? Yeah, that says something. Like I said, that says panic and beyond. Now, the funny thing about all of these media articles that are coming out and also acknowledging this noise is that many of them, they're still filling out the landscape. They're trying to see exactly what they can do. So they're all coming at this from different directions. Here's a brand new one, for example, written 7 hours ago from when I'm recording this, saying unpopular opinion 1. Aquaman is DC's extended universe's most overrated movie. Now, this is a very interesting approach to the Aquaman conundrum, as it were. Why? Because this, it doesn't bring up a certain nameless person. It doesn't say anything about the noise that they're hearing. Rather, it brings up Aquaman and it says, you know what? It's an overrated movie. You've had successes here, but this one, yeah, not so good. You can see see that right here. Since then, they were talking about other movies. We've had The Suicide Squad, so bad they had to do it again, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984, Zack Snyder's Justice League, and The Suicide Squad. Needless to say, the receptions for these are varied. The most beloved three are arguably Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League, while The Suicide Squad may muscle in as more audiences continue to seek it out. Of the bunch, it has to be said, Aquaman is the most overrated of DC's extended universe output yet. Now, an approach like this is a really clever one. There's a few other ones that are really clever. I'll show you a couple of those in just a second. But what this does is it takes the view or the vantage point of all of that noise. It actually agrees with it, but it frames it in a way that is still media acceptable and approved. What I mean by that is this. If they put out an article like this, you're not going to have thousands and thousands of people saying, yeah, I don't want to hear anything from you at all. What you're going to do instead is have people agree to that. They're going to add in their own conclusions to why this is a problem. They're going to bring up a certain nameless person, and the article, it gets off the hook while also being able to write a follow-up, bringing up that nameless person if they feel that that is ever acceptable. Now, other approaches, they have been very clever in this stuff too. Take this one, for example. This is one of my favorite ones by far. Doesn't bring up controversy, doesn't bring up that nameless person, or Aquaman too. Instead, this one, it goes after Disney. It doesn't do this in a negative way, though. In fact, it takes the opposite approach. It says, hey, you remember that guy that you had working for you at Pirates of the Caribbean? You know, the one that you let go? Well, that guy, at one time, he reached into his own pocket. He bought $60,000 in safety equipment and rain ponchos, and well, yeah, that's the kind of guy that he was. Now, other places in the media, they have gone much further than this. Take this article right here, for example. If you read through this article, they bring up all of the noise. They bring up all of the controversy. They bring up enough stuff that is damaging to Warner Brothers and beyond. Still, even though they do that, when you look at this title here, this isn't a power statement. They're not saying, yes, James Wan should do something. Rather, they're saying, should James Wan remove that nameless person from Aquaman 2? ? They're still at that stage, but places, they're approaching this more and more ways. You're seeing them get more and more comfortable. And again, we're right at the beginning. That's why you see Warner panicking. That's why you see so much damage control. They're trying to throw people off because, yeah, they know that it was $1 billion franchise and they've thrown it all away. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. As always, too, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. That link in the description that I mentioned before, that's our new comic book coming up soon. See, companies like this, they make those products too, but they denigrate their customers. They say that you don't matter. We can either walk away from this stuff or we can go out and create our own thing. You can join us there in doing that. But anyway, I'm going to end right here saying thank you, appreciate you, check that out. And yeah, until next time, see ya.